The following program was recorded at the annual Barcoding and RFID conference in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm pleased to welcome Supply Chain Brain Editor-in-Chief, Russell Goodman.
The importance of indoor tracking to the supply chain. Joining us to talk about that today is Larry Mahan, General Manager of Sky-Trax. Larry, welcome.
Thank you, Russell.
Larry, for anyone who's not entirely familiar with your company, with Sky-Trax, what does it do and what do you think makes its solutions unique to the industry?
Okay. Well, Sky-Trax has patented a unique method of tracking assets very precisely indoors. It's an optical technology, but we call it an indoor GPS because it performs the same kind of function indoors that GPS that we're familiar with for navigation systems does outdoors in the supply chain. What we do with this technology is we combine it with other leading industry technologies to deliver solutions to customers using what we call a smart truck solution. And a smart truck is any traditional fork truck or industrial vehicle that our customers use in their facilities. We add tracking technology to it, along with other technology to track whether it's carrying a load, a pallet, for example, and exactly what that pallet is. And with this solution, we can then track inventory automatically. So a smart truck eliminates the fork truck driver from having to be involved in the task of collecting the data and tracking inventory around the facility.
Turning more specifically to our topic, my understanding is that that RFID-based tracking technology differs somewhat from an optically based technology. Walk us through that and explain to us just how it differs.
Sure. And I'll start off by saying that when we track inventory, we're really just looking at two pieces of data. One is where it is and what it is. RFID is a very good technology for doing what we call the load identification, or what is it that I have on the pallet. And the way this differs from optical technology is because it's radio wave based, not optical line of sight based. The tag, an RFID tag, can be hidden away from view and you can still read what it is. And it's a very good technology where you have lots of items on a pallet. You want to identify all of them at the same time. RFID works great there. It's one of the best technologies that has been developed. Optical technologies, on the other hand, do depend on being able to see a label. So it's a line of sight technology. Its advantages are primarily that it's ubiquitous. Everyone uses barcodes, and it's very inexpensive. We're using just printed paper labels, whereas an RFID label has a little antenna in it, so they're typically more expensive than your paper labels.
Let's place all of this now inside the supply chain, if you will, and tell us how this technology can be of use in the supply chain.
Sure. Well, you know, logistics is really just about moving stuff around from location to location and doing it in the most cost-effective and efficient way. And that really depends a lot on really the information systems being able to track it accurately at the right time and in the real time. The smart truck technology, the optical real-time location systems that we've developed, as well as barcoding and RFID pallet identification technologies, all help us track things as they're being moved around the warehouse. So our technology focused on indoor operations, making them better, more efficient, and a lot of that just has to do with being able to automatically and very accurately know exactly what's being moved all the time, exactly where it is all the time. And that's really what these technologies are all about.
We're talking about the importance of a number of things, including visibility, but let's develop that and really explore the benefits of visibility, and also to talk about the smart truck automation and how that improves productivity.
Sure. Well, one of the things that everyone knows from controls theory is that you really can't control something that you can't measure. And today's warehouse managers, distribution center managers have a pretty tough job because the basic part of their asset base are these fork trucks with their drivers, And right now, there's really no way of knowing what they're doing, where they are, what their work practices are, and what routes they're taking and so forth. With the new automated technology, you now get all of that information in a very automated way. It doesn't require any human labor. And it gives the managers now the visibility into really what's happening. And so they now have the ability to control what's going on in their facility.
So Larry, if you know exactly where the truck is and if it's automatically taking stock of inventory, then really, do you need a driver anymore?
Well, that's a great question, and certainly one that's getting a lot of attention in the industry right now. And the answer is yes, we need drivers for a lot of things because we're never going to get rid of the fork truck driver. But there are a lot of operations in today's typical warehousing and distribution center operations that can be automated. And Sky-Trax is working both in Europe and the U.S. using the tracking technology now for guidance as well as for tracking. And in fact, we're taking standard fork trucks and really taking the driver off of them. They can be still used as a standard truck if you want to put someone on to drive them, or they can be put in automatic mode and do certain tasks in automated mode with the driver off of them. The key thing, we think, to the tracking technology to this automation in the logistics industry is that you're going to be running mixed fleets of both automated and traditional driven vehicles in the same facility. And with the visibility that you get in real time with Sky-Trax, you know where all of your driven vehicles are, where they are, how fast they're moving, where direction they're headed, as well as your automated vehicles. And now these can be managed in an optimal and safe fashion.
Final question, Larry. Let's talk about the return that someone who implements this smart truck technology can expect to receive.
Okay. It's really pretty stunning. It's a game changer. Our customers are seeing almost always somewhere between 10 up to 50% productivity improvement. And when we're talking about productivity improvement, we're really talking about hours of labor for amount of work that's done. So if we think about automatically tracking inventory now. So right now, that's a fork truck driver's job. He's got a clipboard. He's punching data into an onboard computer. He's doing barcode scanning. With the new smart truck solution, he does none of that. So immediately you can see where his productivity is going to go up because he's now just looking at a screen that's telling him what his next job is, where to go. It's tracking him as he's doing it. If he's going to a wrong location, picks up a wrong product, he's immediately notified. So his productivity goes way up. Scanning also typically involves stopping the vehicle to pull a gun out and scan it. So we eliminate all that stop and start motion from the truck. And I'm sure you can also imagine that with 100% real-time accuracy now, we're eliminating all the time that he might be spending looking for lost products. We're trying to locate a label. Beyond the fork truck driver, this accuracy also rolls into really more productivity for all the site. So less cycle counting, less inventory management, because the warehouse manager now can see from his office exactly what's going on at all times in the facility. There's less management required. So this level of this productivity just starts with the drivers, but goes throughout all the staff in the warehouse operations.
Productivity improvement. Now, I know those are two words that viewers definitely want to hear. Larry, thank you so much for meeting with us today.
You're welcome, Russell.
That's Larry Mahan, General Manager of Sky-Trax, and speaking with us today about the importance of indoor tracking to the supply chain. Thank you for watching.